It's the podcast.
Hola.
Hola, me llamo Vittorio. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Michel.
Michel.
Michel Arroz. Miguel.
Would you not be like Miguel? Yeah.
Miguel Arroz.
I'm just Vittorio.
Yeah, Vittorio. Are you Vittorio?
Yeah,
Oh,
just because that's how they say V's.
Oh, they love it. They love it now.
Vittorito. That's what Sergi calls me.
Does he?
Sergi Polo, the only Spanish comedian in the world.
Yeah.
Although he's not Spanish, he's Catalan.
He is Catalan, yeah.
Let's not get back into it.
Little bollocks.
Vittorito, that's what he calls me.
Vittorito. That sounds, does he fancy or something? Is that?
No?
No?
Just means I'm little and cute.
Oh, right. I would have thought Bitterito kind of means something like he thinks you're a beautiful woman.
Vito just means
With a fat
like
ass.
small. I am a beautiful man with a fat ass.
You do have a bit of a fat ass, do you?
I do. I have a serious hoop on me.
You have a big old hoop on you. And does herself, would she be like, oh, that's nice now, or does she give a shit?
Oh, she likes the booty.
Does she?
Yeah, don't let her look at it though.
Do you? No, I know you don't let her look at the fucking inner workings of the whole thing. You don't give a peek behind the
Yeah.
curtain, but you let her give an old grab or anything, would you?
Yeah. You can grab the meat.
Yeah, it'd be odd if you were
but
like...
not the vacant space between the meat.
Yeah. That whole... I mean, there's been so much talked about your fucking asshole at this stage.
Yeah. It's really not what I wanted the podcast to be about.
Yeah.
But we're here.
Yeah, you just got to let things take their natural
And
course.
it seems to be working. You know, people are listening, people are watching, people are liking it.
I think a lot of the people that are tuning in every week, it is...
In the hope that they see my ass.
No, or that, like that there's an update on the asshole. They're all invested in your asshole.
Well, there was a time where it was constant updates on my dick situation,
Yeah.
and my autism situation. So
Yeah.
it's nice we've progressed to my
Your
fucking
dick,
ring.
your dick, your autism, your asshole.
My dick's been in a bad way again.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What's happened, lad?
I think I'm gonna get it chopped off.
You're going to get your dick removed, man.
So
I thought
you're supposed to say congratulations nowadays.
you're going to get your
I'm
dick
very
off.
brave.
Oh no, that's sick. And then you can be Bittorito.
Vittorita.
Vittoria. Yeah. I
that'll
think you
be
would.
me.
You probably are like pretty enough to be a girl. Do you know what I mean? Like
I could be a good girl. I think
a big dumb girl.
a big dumb broad.
Yeah, like an old milkmaid, like an old farmer.
You see me with
farmer's wife.
fucking milk pails on my shoulders, walking down the street with big tits.
Big fucking jugs and your big fat
Big
ass.
tits.
And you're half like you're just like you're like a really
Half German.
half German. Your name's Broomhilda, and you're really like
Brunhilda.
and you're a dumb farmer's wife.
Dumb farmer's
But
wife.
like a great worker.
But
like,
yeah, and then a great worker, nose to the grindstone.
100% constantly churning butter, lad.
I'd love to, but in a very sexual.
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's still turning no one on because of how fucking ugly you are.
Yeah.
As a woman, I think you're a pretty guy, but like that head on a woman, like that fat head on a woman,
It would be big.
is just too much. Like your husband would be getting a lot of slagging from his friends. Like, you see, is the fattest head that we've ever seen.
Your wife's head. So big.
Friedrich, your wife is a fat-headed mong, Friedrich. She's a fat-headed Vindolika. That's what she is.
Brunhilda gave her wife head, and he's in the hospital now.
Yes, it is. Too much head. Too big a head. Too much weight on the head. Comes down on the dick, crushes the dick. Dick is now in smithereens. Smithereens dick. Smithereens dick sandwich. I don't know why I said sandwich, but I said it. But I said it, and now it's out there. Sometimes I just sing things and I say them.
You sing things about the sandwiches.
Yes. But
Do you like a woman with a big head?
with a big fat head?
Yeah.
No, lad.
No?
Not necessarily. As in, I wouldn't
Because
like.
I like big ears.
Huh?
I'm big into big ears.
Do you like a big ear? Like a kind of a woman, if she ran fast enough, she'd fly, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think like a lot of wind resistance.
Yeah.
I like a lot of wind resistance.
Do
Like
you?
like parachutes almost. Just.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Why is that? Why do you think that
I
is?
don't know. I did like Dumbo when I was a boy.
I was going to say it probably has something to do with a
With the
cartoon
Dumbo.
elephant that you were in love with. Were you in love with cartoons?
No, I don't think I was in love with. There's certainly cartoons that were attractive.
Yeah.
There was like a sexy element to some cartoons.
Absolutely.
There's the obvious ones. There's your Jessica Rabbits.
Wilma Flintstone.
Wilma.
Yeah. That was a great relationship.
I don't think I ever really got a really sexual vibe. She was too pointy, like the style of cartoon. It was very like, she just looked like an isosceles triangle, really.
You were a Betty man.
No, they were both isosceles
Betty
triangles.
Rubble. You wanted a rubble and tumble. I don't know. That didn't rhyme. I thought it was going to rhyme, and then it came out my mouth, and it didn't rhyme at all. It was shit.
Rubble and tumble is so bad. It was a good try, though.
I think
that's nice that you tried. But so Lola Bunny.
Who was she now when she was at home?
Space Jam.
Oh, yes! She was an absolute fucking tart.
Lola Bunny is a fucking hot...
She was a tart, though. Like, I would not... Like, if
you wouldn't trust her?
If she went on holidays without me and she was just with her girl bunny friends, I'd be like, the whole week I'd be like, she's definitely fucking cheating on me, like Lola Bunny.
I think Lola Bunny's got a loyalty to her. There's a cheek. She'd be flirting.
She'd
be flirting with all sorts of
big ears flip flopping.
She'd be flirting with all the rabbits from Watership Down. Did you ever watch Watership Down? They're the least sexy rabbits.
Why did I want to say Watership Down syndrome? Why did I want to say that?
because it's something you're a talented podcaster.
Because I'm a talented podcaster. And I've developed skills over years in how to do this really fucking well.
If you hear the word down,
I swear,
you say syndrome.
I think I have like an actual like some sort of a disease of my mind. I have actually that. Every time down is said, I just want part of me is like, I need to say it. It'll be so good if I say it.
What's frustrating is that last week you were having a go at me for 2 weeks ago you were having a go at me for too many Incredibles references.
Yeah.
There's a great Incredibles reference in there. The bad guy's called Syndrome.
Is he?
I'm Syndrome.
But that'd be so easy. I'd be literally there, Down syndrome, and I'd be a legend.
And he'd be done for.
Yeah, he'd be done for.
Why didn't Mr. Incredible consider doing that? Just going more like Down syndrome.
And the guy gets so down from the bullying, like he'd get so like, oh fuck, that was so mean.
He'd get so down that he would develop Down syndrome.
Well, I don't know if you can if there's a state of sadness that leads into that. I don't know.
I don't know the science.
I don't think so.
The Down syndrome people I've met, the people with Down syndrome that I've met, I don't know what you're supposed to say.
Yes.
But upbeat.
Yeah.
Upbeat for the most part.
Oh no, they're sound. There's a lot of people I know who could. I was like, hey, fucking see that his attitude over there.
More like Sound syndrome.
Yeah, Sound syndrome. These guys have Sound syndrome. They're fucking good lads. Learn from them, you miserable sack of shit. See the way he is over there?
Watch.
See his boundless optimism and see the way you're miserable and you make all of us fucking sad with your whole fucking life's hard. Have a look. Fucking
get involved. I remember I used to work I did my work experience at a special needs school.
Yeah.
In Belfast, and horny devils.
Whoa. They tried to finger you.
No, they didn't try to finger me.
They molested you.
One of them did.
You were abused.
One of them did throw a Lynx can at my head.
Don't be afraid to speak out on this podcast. You were molested by people with Down syndrome. Don't try to protect them. Okay? They can do bad things too. Where did they touch you? Point now. Seriously.
Just my heart.
Huh?
Just my heart.
They broke your heart. No. They made you fall in love with them, with their positive ways. And then they tossed you to the side after you made them come. Is that right? Have I got it right? Am I nailing this? What we're talking about at all? No. Are they the ones who fucked your dick up? No. They fucked your dick up. They gave you your dick problems. They were chawing at you like a little dog. They thought it was like a little toy. Oh no! Lad, you have to speak up about this stuff. You've been silent for too long.
Do you know, before I said I used to work in a special needs school, I thought in my head, no, I'd like to talk about this, but I hope we talk about it, in a nice, kind way.
But lad, why would you bring it up to me then? I've never done that with any subject we've talked about. Sincerity is my enemy and I run from it like I'm on fire.
I'm on fire with the flames of sincerity.
No, back to you're in the special needs school. And was it true?
They've all got boyfriends, girlfriends. They're all her in the other class. She's hot because they're like. And I think there's a bad thing. I don't think you're supposed to say like mental age of this. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like if they're 17, but at the time that's what they said. They were like probably like mental age or like developmental age. They're probably like 8 or 9 years old.
Yes,
but they are 17, so they're like 8 or 9 years old. But then they've got like the horn of a 17-year-old.
Yeah, that's
dangerous,
man.
They're like fucking. They're like really into each other, and they've all got every single person in the class had like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and multiple. And there was always drama about because they're so like the way they talk is like so upfront, and like
So they're just like titties mouth now.
Like not a million miles off. They'll just walk up to a girl and be like, "Do you want a kiss?" And it's just like they're unencumbered by like worries that people
Can I
might
smooch
take.
your pooper? Smooch your pooper now. Pooper smooch. And then they go down just like no. Is this all wrong?
This is all wrong.
I guess I didn't work in the school, so I wouldn't know. So I'm imagining everything.
But they were great lads. That's the point.
They were good fucking lads. But you were in there and you weren't attending the school.
That's what they told me.
Right. That's what they told you.
Yeah, I wasn't working in the school.
But that was like
I wasn't attending the school. Fuck.
That's like when you were on all those trips though when you were young, and you were on all the special needs trips. Yeah, and they were like, "No, you're not in, but you're on. You're here, but no, you're not in it. But you're here every single time, and these are the only people you hang out with. But don't worry, you're grand. But your dick lad, what's the current situation?
So I had a chat with comedian Shane Todd about it.
Yeah,
because he got his cut off.
He got his dick cut, and he's not transitioning to anything. That was just
no
like giving him too much bother, like getting your tonsils out, kind of thing.
Yeah, like an appendicitis.
Right,
but it was a appendicitis.
Appendicitis. So he actually got his dick removed.
No, he got circumcised.
Oh right,
and got the foreskin off. And that's what the issue is. There's no problem with my dick. Let me say that for one thing.
Right,
it's the sheath.
It's the sheath of the dick, like the actual, the meat and bones of it is.
Yeah. The meat, the dick meat.
The dick meat is
flying.
nicely skewered, nicely seasoned.
It's like Parma ham.
Yeah, Iberian. It's like Spanish ham. Yes,
Iberico ham. All over it.
And Shane Todd, did he convert to Judaism or no? Am I thinking that wrong?
No, he was concerned that he might have to when you get circumcised.
Right.
But there are plenty of religions that get circumcised, and a lot of people, Muslims get circumcised.
Yeah, but that's just out of pure bloodlust. They just like, do you know what I mean? That's a violent kind of a thing. Is it no? No? Have I got that wrong? Have I said the wrong thing again? I don't know. I keep trying here, but there's a nastiness that seems to flow. But the Muslims get it done, right?
Yeah. I don't know what the Buddhists do with their dicks.
Oh, they wouldn't. They're too lazy to do anything. They do nothing with it.
They're just
like,
and it is what it is.
They try to get it off with their, like, they're like, I'll get off with my mind. And it's like, you can't get it off with your mind, you stupid monk.
You have to go to a doctor.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, if I can't do that, then maybe I should have a young boy suck my tongue. And they're like, what does that have to do? And he's like, don't worry about it. Nothing.
I like that Buddha is just like by far the fattest imagery of God ever.
Well, what's interesting about that is like if you look at like fucking Jeezy Crazy Christ, right?
Ripped.
Fuck.
Shredded.
Shredded, but like it is, to be fair now, because everyone, there's a million like jokes. I've heard a million people do this. CrossFit. Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw someone do that joke, I was like, yo, whoa, that's so funny.
I started screaming. I started shoving things up my arse. I was like, no.
The 12th person I saw do it, I was like, yes, that's all the disciples.
Right.
They're all just fucking
the disciples of that one
joke.
Shitty joke.
And it is like it's actually, just a pun.
It is, but it's
a good one.
It is, yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Like there is lots of stuff to be done in that. It's like, how's he getting in that good shape? How's he building the muscle mass, mate?
Yeah,
500 loaves and fishes.
Fuck's sake,
racking it into
all
himself.
That. But I was thinking about
he turns water into fucking Huel.
Yeah, what's Huel? Is that protein?
Yeah, it's like a meal replacement drink.
That nerds drink.
Yeah, I think so. And very sad people who find no joy in eating nice things.
I do find something very sad about just someone fucking lathering up a protein shake. Like just that shake. There's something just desperately, existentially, like panics me when I just see like, I just feel like
there's something's gone wrong.
Something's gone wrong. The joy has left your life.
Have you never been a protein shake boy?
No, and look at the fucking size of me. You don't need it. I fucking barely fit in that door, lad. I'm fucking chiseled out of marble. It's embarrassing for you. For you to sit beside me.
My support
fat
act for the
fuck.
tour, Liam Bolton, bought me a protein shaker.
Did he?
Just because he thought it would be the funniest thing to buy me.
It is kind of a funny thing to buy you. I'd love to see you load up on protein, but it just got you fatter. Like,
It
do you know what I
would,
mean?
yeah. Well, I've started with a personal trainer as of yesterday.
Have you?
So have I lost weight?
Is he a personal trainer? No. But is he a personal trainer of colour?
He's Scottish.
Why haven't you given any work to a minority on that one? See, this is what I did. That's a bit. Why did you go with someone that was white? Yeah, exactly. You don't have any good answer. That stinks, lad.
Jamali booked it for me.
Did she?
Yeah.
Little fucking clan member.
It's quite a rude birthday present, I would say.
It was absolutely. Happy birthday, you're fat. That's what that was. Happy birthday. I don't want to shag you anymore. Get in shape.
Well, you couldn't if you tried.
What?
My dick doesn't work.
Your
Thank
dick.
you.
How, lad, we gotta go. I know they must be at this stage.
I don't like getting in the nitty gritty of it, but it's too tight. We've spoken about that before. The foreskin's too tight.
And the steroid cream hasn't worked.
It's a 3 skin at most.
Fuck me.
And the steroid cream's done fuck all.
Jesus Christ.
It's just got a 6-pack now. And yeah, it just can't.
And what's your mother saying about it?
Very, very little.
She's keeping stum on the whole thing.
I don't think she knows, hopefully.
But sure, it's kind of, is it not partly her fault?
Why would it be her fault?
Well, sure, she's the one who fucking, you came out with her. And,
Yeah.
and you've got this fucked up banjo string.
But I don't think women, when they're pregnant, are sat there going, I'm going to make this.
This is
bit
probably she
like
was
this
fucking
bit."
drinking fucking booze while she was pregnant. Now your cock is
Would
fucked.
you say my mother
What?
was drinking booze while she was
Well,
pregnant?
why'd you have a little fucked up Chernobyl cock? Why, lad? Why'd you have a fucked up radiation cock? A fucking Hiroshima fucking little weird cock on you. Because she was fucking snorting lines when she was pregnant. And now you're a mutant.
No, my mum's not
An unlovable mutant.
My mum's not a drug lady.
Huh?
My mum's not a drug lady. She, I remember I had CBD gummies. Have you
Yeah.
ever had CBD gummies?
Yeah,
Have we
yeah.
spoken about CBD gummies
Not
before?
much, but I used to take it. I used to take that shit for a while
Have you
to
taken the
make
oil?
me happy. What?
The oil that you drop under your tongue?
yeah, I was taking that
It's
oil.
a fucking spoof. Do you know?
It is a fucking spoof, and it's smelly oil
Do you,
as
know
well.
do you know the reason that CBD oil makes you feel in the moment is because it makes your whole mouth feel like a fucking football pitch.
Yeah.
It tastes so awful.
It does.
You do forget about your worries for
That's
a small
right.
amount of time.
Yeah.
Because your only worry is, oh my God, my mouth tastes like mud.
Well, what they do is they replace your worries with a greater worry. You know, I'm not thinking about those other problems because I've got a bigger problem.
Yeah.
My mouth tastes like a sumo wrestler's ass. You know what I mean? Just like a sweaty nappy arse. Fuck, it is rotten.
It's awful
Isn't
stuff.
it?
And that's the only reason that, like, you are mindful for 3 minutes until
Yeah.
you drink a lot of water to get rid of it.
Oh, man.
But the gummies are nice. I still don't believe they do anything. People are like, it's definitely just all placebo.
Yeah. Oh no, I think it's fucking bullshit. And then, did you ever microdose at all?
No.
I microdosed mushrooms.
So were you microwave mushrooms?
Huh?
You microwave the mushrooms like
you-
microchips?
No, you don't microwave them. I think you could microwave them if you wanted. I don't know if there'd be any reason you would do it, but like if you just wanted to do it because of your autism, you're allowed. You know what I mean? So I know you like to see things spin around. So like if you microdose, you could do it if you wanted. I know you love using the microwave. Like just that thing at the end of a microwave makes you calm.
No,
you know?
I like to catch it before things.
Do you?
Yeah, I convince myself that the light.
Are you afraid of the ding?
The light, yeah, I'm terrified of the
Yeah?
ding. Can't be having the ding.
Oh man, you're
I
dingophobic. You're a dingophobe. This is the
Don't get me
dumbest
started on-
podcast we've ever done, by the way.
Don't get me started on that snooker player Ding Junhui. Not a fan.
Oh, fuck that.
But
I dislike him for several reasons. Go on.
well, he often blames the cushions when things go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Fuck's sake.
And he's Asian.
Yeah. A bad Merkwan blames his cushions. Everyone knows that.
That's you on this fucking.
Oh, that I love a
Just
fucking
constantly
cushion, man.
moving these
I'm such a
fucking things
such a
around.
cushion lord. It's unbelievable.
You love cushions,
I'm Lord
man.
of cushions, man.
But
King Kush.
just coming back to my mum on the CBD.
bring back to your mother
had these
doing heroin while she was pregnant
No,
and
she's
making
not
you
a
a-
drug lady.
making you a fucking
She's not a drug
X-Man.
lady. She's lived clean. She's got a clean existence.
Right.
I had these CBD gummies when I was staying
Yeah.
back home during the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
And there I would take 22 of them a day. and it made me feel better.
Yeah.
And I remember I said
Is this when you were sad during the pandemic, like when you were depressed?
What?
Is this when you were like, oh no, I'm so sad? No.
Why are you saying this like I was the only person that got a bit sad during
Oh
the
man, I was buzzing, but
the
you were
apocalypse?
sad.
You were buzzing.
I was buzzing, but you were real sad.
You were buzzing telling stories to nobody on your Instagram.
I fucking was too. I was like, this is class. My career is gaining traction. Just telling stories to absolutely no one.
Tell 11-minute stories on Instagram.
Absolutely, lad. I tell you one thing, no one was watching them. I know they had some fans, my uncles, but just watching to make sure they weren't mentioned.
Yeah.
But go on, you were 20.
So I had the CBD gummies, and I went to Mum. Oh, do you want one? And she took one and looked at it and just looked up at me with like the sweetest, most innocent face and just went, I've never done drugs before.
Your mother?
Yeah. She just had a CBD gummy in her hand and she was like terrified she was going to like go to the moon or something or like lose her mind on it.
Oh, fuck.
And she ate it and absolutely nothing happens because nothing happens when you have a CBD gummy.
Yeah.
Unless you're an ex-footballer, they fucking love promoting CBD gummies.
Yeah.
I've seen this like 40-year-old footballers being like, it changed my life. I can get to sleep now. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I feel like they're getting paid to say that as an advertisement.
Yeah.
And that's
And
why
if
I'm
anybody,
sharp. I can see through that.
Is this why you're not slandering the CBD community just in case we get a sponsorship?
No, I'll slander them. I do think it's a load of fucking horseshit, and I did try to do it.
Tastes like horseshit.
Yeah, I do like fucking. It does taste like horseshit, and I've tasted actual horseshit.
I know you have.
Like generally,
You're very proud of that for some reason.
Well,
You're proud of the number of animal shits you've tasted. I've tasted no animal shits.
Yeah, and that's a life less lived. Do you know what I mean? And you can see that in you.
Listen, I'll try anything once.
Huh?
I'll try anything once. Horse shit, cow shit.
I would try, man. The horse. I like fucking. I think horse shit genuinely.
It's an acquired taste. Like it's a delicacy where you're from.
Horse shit's genuinely fucking tasty and smells good. Cow shit, I've just learned to like, and then human shit is just like I would like have sometimes out of respect.
Do you get? If you eat human shit, do you not get like Ebola or something?
I fucking hope not. I fucking hope I do not, because then I might be very sick.
Ebola frosties.
No, I don't. But if you were giving someone eating ass in any way, shape, or form, you'd have to imagine some sort of
Shit particles are getting into your mouth.
Yeah, you'd have to. I would have to guess. I'm not a scientist. I'm not Brian Cox, and I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It's amazing.
But
when you eat the ass, you get shit particles, and they're very small, and the universe is colossal. It's amazing.
Somehow someone's arse is like a galaxy, is like a
especially
it's a black hole. Like,
most of it's been unexplored.
Huh?
My ass is the galaxy.
Your ass has been unexplored. Like there is going to be someone who is like the Christopher Columbus of your ass.
Like a mission, like
the Marco Polo of Uranus. Like they're gonna
colonize my ass,
or they're just gonna travel into the unknown of your asshole. Like to try to find water, like
Christopher Columbus, like traveling into the unknown of my ass. There's already like a whole native population that live there. It's like how?
Just like a little native population of little ambitious subtitlers, just like a hello,
how?
Yeah, and then they're just back to we have a lot of subtitling to do. But I was thinking, because maybe there'll come a time, right, when there's like no water on Earth, right?
Yes.
And like they're like, where haven't we looked? And then your asshole is going to be the one place that has.
Like we've checked on Mars. They found ice on Mars that one time, but it was too tricky.
That's right.
Maybe there's ice in my ass.
Well, there could be ice. We just don't know if there's probably not ice up your ass, but there could be
anything in my ass,
There could be anything
man.
up your ass, man.
The solution
there
to
could
whatever.
be like Michael Jackson's monkey bubbles.
Hitler
could be up your ass.
Hitler lives in my ass.
He could be up there, man, trying to just fucking stir up support, but you can't get anything going because all the people up your ass are just subtitling, and he's like, "We must take over," and they're like, "We don't have time."
Shitler.
There we go. Fuck yeah. Now we're cooking.
This is the kind of cutting satire they needed in Berlin in the 1930s.
That's right.
Hey, more like Adolf Hitler, and none of the bad stuff would have happened.
That's absolutely right. He would have been cut down to size, just like that guy Syndrome in The Incredible. You say, Down syndrome, you're done. Hitler,
It's
done.
over. He's done.
It was in Ireland that anyone like Hitler would have just been sneered down.
What?
We'd just be like, how would you fucking
Not for
lie
the
down, will
negative
you?
stuff, just for the ambition.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't have minded any of the racism or homophobia or any of that stuff. Just the raw ambition of, like, to fucking cool it.
Would you cool it? How would you think? Would you soften your cough
That's
over there?
Irish people's... Did you know what it was?
Yeah.
This is why Ireland...
We would have bullied them into stopping.
This is why Ireland swapped sides in the middle of World War II.
Yeah.
They were on board with all of, like, the morals of the whole thing. Big fans. And then we just thought Hitler got a bit big for his boots.
100%.
So in 1944, we went... He's getting notions, him.
Yeah.
Decided to swap sides.
Here he is now, the big man, Hitler. See, that's a lovely little moustache you have there, isn't it? Just everyone would be just like, yeah, fucking old Egypt. Jesus, yeah, go on and do the old goose step there for us, will you? Yeah.
Look, he's moving his arms.
You old gobshite. Yeah, everyone would be calling him, you old gobshite. Will you shut up? But people would be like, it'd be like, you know, like the outlet that McGregor hit, you know? Yeah. Like, just McGregor's trying to give him free booze, and the outlet's, fuck off. Everyone would just be like, will you pipe down? Shankinsy. Will you lay down?
Fuck up for a second, Jesus
We're trying
Christ.
to have an old pint, you old fucker. Jesus, that would have been great. Oh, but speaking of the CBD thing, did you ever have a fucking an edible?
I tried.
Did you?
But it didn't work. I got a muffin in Amsterdam.
Oh, lad, I fucking...
What type did you have? I want to try. And then comedian and stoner Phil Chapman of the Hot Water Comedy Club.
He's a comedian and a stoner. How's he pulling that off?
Tour support for Paul Smith. He gave me, because I trusted him because he's a big fucking stone guy.
Yeah.
And he lives in the Stone Age. And he gave me a gummy bear in a little plastic thing, and it looked scary and potent.
Right.
And then I ate it by myself in the house and absolutely...
Nothing.
Just got sleepy a bit.
But honestly, and I mean this in the best possible way, I think your brain is too thick to like be stimulated by drugs, really. You know what I mean?
Drugs.
Or I think what could happen is the drug could get lost in the black hole that is the back of your head. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that the
The
drugs...
back of my head's high,
I think the back of your head...
but it takes too long to reach.
Your head is so big that we actually don't know what could be going on back there, lad. There could be an absolute, like, fuck, that could be a literally parallel universe back there. So I'd say the back of your head was literally like, Buffalo Soldier, you know what I mean? But it just actually didn't travel.
It never made it to
up
the
to the front
front
of your head. Like, that is an unbelievable sized brain to try to get it all high. I don't think it's...
There's not enough weed in the world, not enough gummy bears in the world.
Like, yeah, if your head was a ship, it would be like, that's the Titanic, you know what I mean? Like,
is it? Was the Titanic big at the back?
100%. Like, there's like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's like lower classes living on it. There's higher class. You know what I mean? Like, there's absolute levels.
It's a double-decker head.
Oh, lad, absolutely. Biggest double-decker head ever. Like, you could give like kind of like tours of the city with your head, you know, a double deck. I don't know. Anyway,
it's an open top
Yeah,
head.
this is one of the parts that lady on Patreon was just like, oh yeah, no, I love the podcast.
Can we talk about this? There was a guy who really fucking hated me on a recent episode. So Vittorio just fucking sits there and waits for something funny to happen and doesn't fucking blah 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 blah.
Well, no,
and
he was given out
shit.
because in the Patreon episode of our one with Chris from McCarthy Boyd, I brought in Oscar Wilde quotes.
And we shat all over you.
And then I was saying them and I was like, do you have any views on these quotes? And the lads just shat all over me, said I was the worst podcaster in the world, and it was this whole thing. And you know,
one of those little bits that we do where we say funny things for a laugh. And this man took it very seriously.
Well, yeah, he was like, Mike's coming in with this stuff, and if you just engaged with that, then maybe it could have been actually really good, but you're just sitting there, Vittorio, and he's giving you shit.
But then there was a lady on the Patreon who was defending us.
And so a lady came in to defend us, like our fucking knight in shining armour. She fucking swooped in on a hawk. Do you know what I mean? To defend us in the comment section, and she was like, well, actually, just sometimes the podcast is dog shit. You know, she's like, I love the podcast, but like, she's like, and it's great, but like, let's be honest, just sometimes it is nonsense / dog shit. And I was like, never has a truer thing been said.
Yeah, and that's our main defense.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, that shit. Whoa.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's bad.
Yeah, sometimes it's absolute hot horse shit. But then I like horse shit.
We're having fun.
We're having great fun. But so this time I had the fucking. So I was actually with. It was Kyla Cobbler, who's a great Irish comedian.
Shout out to Kyla Cobbler.
Yeah. Great woman. You can follow her on Instagram. But me and her were in this park in Barcelona, and she said, "Would you like a gummy?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'd love one." Yeah. And she gives me one. I throw it in the mouth, eat it, and then a couple of minutes later, she shows me the back of the pack, and she goes, "Yeah, this is like really good stuff. Like it's this really good like fucking components." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "The gummy." I was like,
"You thought you just had a sweet?"
I genuinely thought it was a fucking sweet. I was
Your
like,
gummy bear had been spiked?
Well, gummy bear had been spiked, and you don't think that because you think like a drink's going to be spiked or something like that. You never think one of your sweets is going to be spiked.
You went down to the woods that day and you got a big surprise?
Yeah, I did.
Teddy bear's picnic.
Teddy bear's fucking picnic for life. I would love to get Teddy bear's picnic tattoo. We'll get back to that.
But see, do you know what this is bad? Do you know what the main reason this is bad is? I'm sure if you'd known, if she was like, "Do you want a weed gummy?" you would have still said yes.
No, I would not. I absolutely would not. I fucking hate weed. Weed turns my mind into an absolutely evil circus. Just like, yeah, hey, Joseph. Yeah, well, he does it right. It's just,
really?
Oh my God, it's hell on earth.
Wow.
It's hell on earth. I want to die. I hate myself. Everything in my life just goes like this. Like everything's bad.
Everything's bad.
Everyone's laughing
You're
at
a
you.
cunt.
What are you doing trying to do comedy? This is ridiculous. You're going to die in the street. I'm talking. And if in my
just spiraling.
So if
like the bit in Willy Wonka where they're going through the tunnel.
Yeah.
The rowers are rowing, showing no signs of slowing. And
Yeah.
they flash up the tarantulas and all these bad images and just like
lad, it's horrific,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, she goes, "Oh yeah, there's weed." Yeah. I was like, I can't do weed. I hate weed. That drives me fucking nuts. And then she kind of just like sees how genuinely panicked I am.
Oh no.
And she goes, "Oh no." She's like, it actually doesn't have, it's very, very little THC. It's just mostly CBD. So it'll just be like a body high, and it's not gonna, like, you'll be fucking grand. I was like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah." So anyway.
That's good work by her.
Great work by her.
That's good work because the problem is when you get into a panic pre any high,
Yeah.
it'll just ruin whatever it is.
Yeah.
It can be anything, but it's just like if you are worried about it,
Yeah.
it'll just expand that. It
That's
expands
right.
whatever you already have going on a lot of the time.
Oh, 100%. But so she calms me down.
And you did calm down. You kind of believed her.
I did believe her. I trusted her at the time. And,
oh dear.
So anyway,
I know how stories work.
Yeah. So anyway, I leave her and I go past. I remember I went past a load of pigeons on the way to the train station, and that was my first kind of scene. Was I was looking at the pigeons. I was like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Right?
Why are they listening to me?
Yeah. Why are the pigeons? Why are they wearing headsets? Why do they have the little fucking
pigeons wearing
earpieces?
the wires?
Yeah. Why are they working for the CIA? Why are you working for the CIA? Who hired you? Right. So anyway, I go onto the train. I remember I just got onto the train and I was sitting there, and you're just surrounded by like Spanish people. Hey, ¿cómo estás? You know,
And like, and at this point, living in
con
Barcelona,
leche, por favor. You know,
with milk, please.
with milk, please. They're all just saying to each other. And
at this point, things being like, if you're sat on a train filled with Spanish people talking, are you like picking up on conversations and like aware of what's going on, or is it just like if I'm in Spain, it's just like basically white noise?
No, it's basically white noise.
And this is a concern if you're feeling paranoid because in your head they're all talking about you.
100%. Like at the start, it was just the voices just start becoming more just like kind of like echoey. Just like con leche por favor. Me amo Miguel.
Miguel.
So I'm like sitting there, and then suddenly it just went. There was just this thing. I was boom, and like I was just like. Like I was just like if someone looked at me, I
were you making noise?
Huh?
You're making noise? You don't know, probably.
I don't really know if I was or not, but I feel like I might have turned into like just like, you know, like a church bell. Just a bong. So I was just like, and then so I was just like, absolutely rooted with fear. And in my head, I was like, that fucker, Kyla Cobbler. You know, I'm just absolutely goose. And this was 3 o'clock in the day. I just went home and just went straight to bed, to my room for the rest of the day. I was just
3 p.m.
Oh, 3 p.m. I could not move. I was just stuck in my bed. And then like my roommate, like Maxie, I remember him coming, knocked on the door. He's like, Miguel, are you in there, Miguel? I was like, no. And I just like come down into my thing. And then, but I hadn't eaten. So at one stage I was like, I can't like make food in the kitchen because I cannot talk to Maxie or I cannot be around another human being. So like I just shuffled down to this little like Chinese place down the road. There was like, because it was COVID, there was like, you know, it was open from the street, so they take the order and go in.
I didn't know what you were going to say there about the Chinese place during COVID, but I'm glad you were just saying it was open from the street.
Yeah.
But I went to this Chinese place and because it was COVID, it was fucking empty.
Yeah. People had just lost faith in that group of people. So
you know how it was.
So it wasn't doing so well, but it was perfect for a paranoid stone man because I didn't have to be around anyone.
Yeah, it's true.
So I goes up, I remember, and I was just so rattled, and I was like, I'll have the chicken chow mein, and one's kind of like, are you okay?
Always a safe bet at the Chinese.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, go. And then she was like, all right, so then she goes back to the back.
All chicken chow meins are the same.
Huh?
There's no sliding scale of how good a chicken chow mein is either.
Yeah.
They're all identical.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
They are. I agree.
It's just the safest bet of the Chinese. It's just like, it'll be a chicken chow mein.
It's
and
the
they're
Big
all
Mac
the
meal
same.
of a Chinese.
Yeah,
like
it's just absolutely the same. Any Chinese chicken chow mein is that.
100%. And I was in no state
to take risks. You're not having a flipping Massaman whatever.
Absolutely
fuck
not. That could send me down into the sewer.
You're
like
getting nothing
emotionally.
Cantonese style.
No, fuck that shit. So I ordered chicken chow mein. I'm like, I fucking get that. And she's just like, oh, or whatever. And she does. I was stoned. It's hard to tell. Because I was still rattled at this point. Like, just fuck. So she goes off then to the back and disappears back into the kitchen. And then it was like 2 minutes goes by, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15. And I'm just looking back. I kind of hear noises from the kitchen and little rustlings. But then I was thinking, and then I got in my head, I was like, I haven't ordered. I didn't order anything. I mustn't have ordered anything. And then it's like 20 minutes gone by. And then I was like, I definitely haven't ordered. And then I started shouting. I was like, hey, hello, hey, China, hello. I did.
Ni hao.
Yeah. I didn't know any like.
You didn't know any Chinese?
No, so I just started shouting names. I was like, Xi Jinping.
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming. Houston Rockets.
Ding Junhui.
Ding Junhui. Ha. You know, and then. Like, so I was just shouting in, and I was just like, ah! And then like the girl comes out, she's like, is everything okay? And I was like, the chicken chow mein. She's like, yeah. She's like, chicken chow mein's coming. I was like, oh, you know, I did it then. I was like, okay. I didn't know what to do.
Speaking any Asian language, arigato.
And I looked at my phone. It had been like 2 minutes. It had been genuinely.
That's absolutely class.
It would have been
so funny.
2 minutes time.
Like she just turned on the stove.
100%.
And you were like, hey, oh, where is it?
I was literally.
What's going on back there?
This is what happened, right? She took the order for chicken chow mein, literally went back to the kitchen, turned the corner, and as she's come back, just said, hey, China, what are you going on? And came back and found a desperately frightened looking man, very palely, ordering the exact same thing a minute later.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And then I got the guys as the food, and went back to my house and watched this film called.
Did you say goizas?
Is that what they're called?
Gyoza?
Gyoza, is it?
Yeah.
Is Goiza? That's like a D4 where I'd say Dublin 4, like Goiza. Got a bloody Goiza, couple of goys.
Couple of goys. The guys and the goizas.
Absolutely. Can I get 6 goys there, please? 6 goys smothered in soy sauce.
Just guys having goys.
Goys having goys, guys. Yeah. Yeah, what we called the coronavirus is when we'd fucking get a 24 bag of corona. After the thing, we all got infected with the coronavirus there, didn't we, lads? 2012. But so I remember I went back then to my room and I was like eating the fucking stuff, and then Maxie was trying knocking the door again. I was like, fuck off! Okay, get away. Fuck off. And then I watched a movie.
I'm eating my geysers.
I watched a movie called Celebration that someone had recommended for me to watch.
Now, this is one of these moments where I often know the films I should have seen and haven't seen.
Yes.
I don't think I should have seen Celebration.
No. This is a 1998 Norwegian film. It's called Festen in its own language, but it's this guy called Thomas Vinterberg or something is the name of the director, but he directed a film called Another Round recently with Mads Mikkelsen, which is about these teachers experimenting what if they just got drunk every day, which is a great movie. But so it's called Celebration. I've been recommended it by a friend of mine, and I was like, all right, I'll give this a go. You know, I'm a cultured film lover.
While stoned eating chicken chow mein, decided, I'm very afraid you decided to watch a Norwegian movie that you had no idea what it was about.
But it was called Celebration, so I figured it was going to be quite celebratory or an uplifting film. This is no joke.
Why are you reading subtitles when you're high, you fucking idiot?
Because I care about the art of film, and I care about supporting European cinema.
It's that Bong Joon-ho quote where it's like, if you get over the 1 inch tall hurdle of subtitles, you'll open yourself up to a world of excellent cinema.
Yeah.
And you were just there like, Bong Joon-ho's right.
Absolutely. It was very pro Bong Joon-ho. And I was eating the Asian food, and it was all very pro-Asia. So anyway, I watched this film, no joke. So it's called Celebration. It's about a wedding. But at the wedding, we discover that the father of this family, his son's getting married, his sister's there, his other brothers, his father has raped every one of them as children. That's what the film's about. It's about discovering at this wedding that the father has shagged every single one of them. And at the wedding, one of the wedding speeches, one of the sons gets up plaster drunk and just tells everyone that the father fucked them all.
Jeez, terrible best man speech.
And it was hilarious.
Give him a good slagging for raping the kids there.
Oh, yeah. Give him a bit of needling about that. Make sure you give him a needling. Don't let him away with that now. Imagine.
Webster's dictionary defines rape as just doing all the best man speech tropes.
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, sure, he's all about that.
I've known him for a long time. I knew him before he was raped, sure.
Yeah. We go back a long time, pre-rape. We were fucking having a great time out in the sand, and Daddy brought us in, and sure, the rest is history.
Sure, you know yourself.
You know yourself.
Banging the tables.
What the fuck? Yeah, all that. It was one of the most intense days of my life.
Wow, that's brutal.
Do you have experiences with weed?
No, not loads. I got high with some like American comedians once, and then like had to get off the bus like 5 stops early to throw up at the bus stop. But it was because you say like whitey for like any sick, but like whitey is like a specific type of like weed throw up that is like white.
Yeah,
that's the first time I'd ever done that. But I just get too scared.
Yeah,
of any drug. I just get really, really panicked. The only one I've ever enjoyed was ecstasy, and I think that's because it's so overwhelming that you can't think bad things.
Oh, that's why it's the best.
There's no way to have a bad trip on ecstasy. It's just, you couldn't think yourself sad.
No.
Even like Bert Kreischer talks about it when like Irish Fear like spiked him. He's just like, I was so angry but couldn't be. That's the thing. Like you just be like, yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it is, it's just like, yeah, love it, man.
Happy
Fucking
and
sick.
horny.
But I was at a wedding last week. It was different vibes to the Norwegian.
No one exposed their father as a serial paedophile? No? That didn't happen?
No.
Probably a wedding then, is it?
The serial paedophile he uses Frosties to get kids in the van.
Yeah. A serial paedophile. Just Cocoa Pops, just... I'm a serial paedophile. That's what the police have called me. Would you like some muesli? Or like a healthy serial paedophile? Muesli, porridge, fruit. I'm not all bad.
Fruit and fiber.
You'll be
Special K.
You'll be molested, but by God, you'll have boundless energy afterwards.
Slow release.
Absolutely.
I'm also slow release.
Yeah.
Couple weeks.
Yeah. Oh, that's nasty.
But no, none of that at the wedding that I went to. My friend Matthew, who I've known since we were like, our mums are mates, so we've known each other since we were like, I have no memory of meeting him. But I know that we were
forgettable. He was a forgettable child. Is that what you mean?
No.
He made no impression.
No.
Dull.
I think we were
lifeless.
just two-year-olds are kind of dull.
You're 2-year-olds?
Yeah, and even as a 2-year-old, I was like, this is all beneath me.
I feel like, do you know what? I did dazzle as a 2-year-old, and I'll tell you a
You
little.
dazzled as a 2-year-old?
I dazzled as a 2-year-old.
Dazzling?
Huh?
Who were you dazzling?
Just old women and like different kind of farmyard animals.
I bet you were doing
woodland
little dances and all for the old ladies.
Oh, absolutely. And they were putting little fucking like €5 in my nappy, and I was like, shaking my little nappy arse, and then I'd shit on the money and I'd wave it at them, and it was all very lewd, and but it was
bacchanalian.
It was quite, but it was quite wonderful at the same time. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Yep.
But no, but this is true, and we're going to get straight back to the wedding thing. But when me and my older brother Pat, so we were like just a year apart, and we would be minded by this lady who used to babysit us, and she lived up the road. And then one day, this other person was calling in to see her, and they realised that the babysitter had me down in the living room and was like, whatever, like stuffing my nappy with money. And then they left my brother Pa, she had my brother Pa locked upstairs in another room, because I was so charming and fun and just such a delight to be around. She was like, I want to hang around with just me and Mike. I don't want
just me and Mike, alone time with me and Mike.
I don't want bloody Pa, because Pa was premature as well. Like, he was premature when he was born, and he's kind of small and weedy. And she's like, I don't want to fucking hang around with this dork. You know what I mean? He's fucking no good stories.
I feel like you were a big baby.
I was a big
baby,
fat-headed, fat-boned baby.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "There's big baby," and I'm like, "Boo."
Big baby,
and I'd be like, "Fucking
big baby
just
Davis."
shitting, just a big baby. I do what I want. I say what I want.
But I just have an image of you. You were always putting on little shows for people.
Yeah, I was a very attention-seeking. I was attention-seeking young man, and I was the same in school. I was always just looking for attention, just being like, "Hey, miss, what's that?" And it'd be shit, and I go,
"Why is it always shit with you?"
I love it.
You got a fixation.
I've got a love and an appreciation. You just have to frame it right. You could call it a problem, a fixation, or this is a bad thing, or you could say the guy has an appreciation for something that we all produce that's completely natural, and that has been stigmatized by Big Pharma. Fucking Obama. Fucking Obama stigmatizing shit.
Fucking woke brigade gone mad. Nobody's allowed to appreciate shit anymore.
No one's allowed to
your move, liberals.
No one's allowed to adore fucking shit. Oh, by the way, and this is the last thing on shit. Oscar Wilde.
I doubt it.
Quick Oscar Wilde thing. When Oscar Wilde when he was in court and they were all coming forward saying shit about him, a cleaner came forward and said that she came into the room and there was a young boy in his bed and there was fecal matter all over the sheets. I said, Jesus Christ, Oscar, you dirty dog. For fuck's sake.
Douche, for goodness sakes.
For fuck's sake, would you get douching?
Do some prep, for goodness sakes.
But anyway, back to the wedding. Matthew, you know him since you're a child.
Yeah, good
he
lad.
He was a dull,
lad.
lifeless child.
No, great lad.
Right.
Great lad from day one. The Gibsons, and this is the wedding of the stag do I went on recently.
In Germany.
Hamburg. Yeah. And did I tell you that, like, I was talking to their cousin Connell, and he was just saying the Matthew and his brothers, they just have no fear.
Right.
They don't have that part of their brain.
They're probably going to die young.
Yeah, I would say, like, they just go for stuff. There's no, like, it's just like, boom, go for it. Just like, we went on holiday with them to Spain when we were kids, and they would just like you'd like see like a big like cliff by the sea, and they would just be like, yeah, I'll just go over there and then jump in. Whereas I would be like, is that water deep enough? How am I going to get up that bit? What if I slip and fall there? Is that going to be bad?
Now, is that being brave or just you being a colossal coward?
No, but it's not even, because if they'd gone, it's a bit dangerous, but I'll just go for it. They don't have that first thought.
Right.
They just...
Okay, so...
What's the thing? I'm doing it.
But that's Tom Cruise, lad. That's Top Gun Maverick. Don't think, just do.
Don't think, just do. Well, that's them. That's Matthew and his brothers.
Great in the Air Force.
Yes, I'm sure. I think they would have done a lot of damage if they
and got people killed. You would have got people killed. You would have got yourself killed and your teammates.
Perhaps, but I had. But it would have been worth it for the cookies.
For the cookies. Cookies that you get for what?
For like when the rest of your team dies, you get cookies.
Right, yeah.
Is that not what happens in the Air Force?
I think it could be what happened. I can't say for sure it's not. I can't say for sure it's not what happened.
I can't talk about cookies. I'm on this mad diet now.
And that'll get you just fucking G'd up. That'll get you horny for cookies.
Man, I'm going to be, I've got this personal trainer at least till the end of August. By the end of the Fringe, I'm going to be yoked.
You are?
Yoked.
When you say yoked, I think like, that doesn't even, to me when people say yoked, I just think of eggs. Do you know what I mean?
You're
a man covered in eggs.
You're fairly regularly thinking of eggs anyway, so that could just be a coincidence.
Man, eggs are never far from my mind. I have one of the eggiest brains.
You've got your brain's like French toast, man.
Oh man,
coated in eggs,
man. I just fucking love them, and I think they're such good value.
See, we've discussed this. I'm trying to train myself to like eggs.
Yeah,
because I don't.
You should get hypnotized.
Do you think so?
Yeah. To like eggs?
Yeah, to like eggs,
man.
Feels like that would be a waste of money.
Huh?
Feels like that would be a waste of money.
I mean, I think even the hypnotists would be like, what?
They're nice.
Yeah, just fucking eat them, you creep.
But
right,
basically,
yes.
Highlights of the wedding. It was very, very nice. Got up there, went up on the train to like past Newcastle, northeast of England. And I always forget when I go to places that aren't cities that like public transport doesn't really exist and taxis are a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I got to this station and I went to go on Uber and I was like, there's just what am I even doing considering an Uber? There was just no way. And then I just Googled like local taxi companies because it was like I checked public transport first. I was like, how do you get there on the bus? And the route, I swear to God, on Google Maps was 20-minute walk, 11 minutes on the bus, and then a 40-minute walk.
Man, Google Maps sometimes is such a rotten app. And I think Google Maps sometimes genuinely, like, I think Google Maps kind of knows you're fat. And is like, right, we're going to give this cunt a very walk-heavy route because he needs it. Cookie cunt.
That's so rude.
I know. Google Maps, man.
So I phone up and I Google like local taxi companies for like this area.
Are you in a suit right now?
No. I have the suit in the bag. It's the day before the wedding.
All right.
So we arrived to check into the hotel and stuff. But I'm at this train station and I phone the first local taxi company that comes up. Phone them up and they go, hello. And I was like,
whoa. They were Asian. What was that? You went, hello?
I said, hello.
Oh, is that Scottish, is it? I don't think you nailed it the first time. Second time was better.
Hello.
But go on.
Not everybody's Asian.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yet.
What? Hey! That's fucking right. They're coming. They're coming for us. All right.
They're taking over.
Yeah.
So I phone up and they're like, hello. And I go, all right, I know it's probably a little bit last minute, but could I book a taxi from Alnmouth Station to Ellingham Hall? And the guy went, well, we're based in Berwick, so we'd have to turn the meter on in Scotland, go all the way to you, and then take you where you're going. And it'd be quite expensive. And I was like, yeah, don't do that. That seems insane. That you're turning the meter on your way to me for an hour?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'll say no to that one. I'll politely decline that stunning offer.
What is there a taxi company you reckon would be more local? And he's like, you'd be lucky, but maybe like Alnett cabs. So I was like, thanks. I phoned them up and I go, oh, I need to book a taxi from. And when I was looking on the web pages, I got stressed. But I'll tell you why in a second. I phoned up and I was like, I need to book a taxi from Alnmouth to Ellingham Hall. And she went, yeah, no worries. When's that for? And I was like, now. And she went, oh.
She got a fright. Like, people usually like book like a month in advance for an Alec. What?
That's exactly what she said.
No,
they book a month in advance.
A month in advance.
Yeah.
To get a taxi.
And she was like, can I call you back? And I was like, yep.
She has to call just like the big boss, sending emails.
She phoned around, I think, like the drivers, and she was like, there's a guy just around the corner. You're very, very lucky. He'll be there in 5 minutes. I was like, great.
Yeah.
That's how taxis should work.
The panic that she's under.
She's gotten away with it.
She must have thought you were like just some sort of insane like prima donna. You want it now.
But this is the thing. I hung up the phone and it was still on their website. I looked at the front page of the website, and this is a week ago, so July. It said, now taking bookings for Christmas.
What?
And it said filling up fast.
What? I don't get it.
People are booking taxis.
So like you have to book like, okay,
5 months in advance.
2 a.m. outside the pub, Christmas Eve, book it in now, lad. We better start booking our Christmas taxis. Do you know what you do in the summer? Do you know when it's sunny out, what we do? We go down to the river for a swim. No, we better get our Christmas taxis booked in.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Let's get our winter taxis booked on this nice sunny day.
Do we know what we're doing yet? Well, we fucking better. Yeah. We better know where we're going at every moment of our lives 6 months in advance.
God, that's fucking mad.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So this guy shows up and he went, Vittorio! And I was like, close enough. So I get into the taxi and he goes, yeah, very, very lucky.
Queen Vittoria.
People normally book like a month in advance or so. And I was like, yeah, very lucky. Very lucky to get a taxi to pay you where I want to go. And then we're driving.
Praise Allah.
We're driving along. We get to this intersection, and he goes, I was supposed to be picking someone up there at 4, and it was 9 minutes to 4.
Yeah.
And he goes, but it's 20 minutes to where you're going, so I'll be late for them. I was just like, I didn't make you.
Yeah.
I didn't make you do this.
Yeah.
But 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, he's going to be half an hour late for that poor person waiting on their taxi.
Yeah.
And they're not fucking Alnick cabs are not tracking the cabs. They have no fucking clue. And he just said it offhand.
Is he the only taxi driver for Alnick cabs? Shouldn't it be called Alnick cab? Alnick cab. It's one car and it's one guy and he's lazy. So he's lazy and he's not a good timekeeper. If there was any competition in this area, Alnick cab would be out of business.
That is mad. We're driving along.
This place,
like proper middle of nowhere.
This is why communism doesn't work, right? Is because a lack of competition makes people so shit and useless at their fucking job, right? You need competition.
Yeah.
That's what makes services run good. These guys have no other competition. They're taking bookings for Christmas. These are fucking idiots. She couldn't believe you wanted a taxi now and not then.
Yeah, it was wild.
Wild.
Absolutely wild. So driving along, and then we're like 5 minutes away from the place, and he goes, did she tell you how much it would be?
What?
And I went, no. And he went, well, it's 30 quid. And I was like, all right.
Was there a meter on?
No. He just fucking 20-minute drive, 30 quid is steep.
Yeah, but he was like, did she tell you how much it'd be? And you were like, no. And then in his head he's like, well, you better tell him then. 30 quid. 30 quid. And then in his head he's like, I hope he thinks that's right. And you're like, grand. He's like, oh, good.
It's the opposite of, there used to be a taxi company in Belfast called Eagle Taxis. I loved it. Definitely run by paramilitaries. Very, very dodgy organisation.
Yeah.
But
they were on fucking time.
Mate, they were on time and you could get them in like no time. They were cheap as fuck because what happened was they'd pick you up one place, drop you off where you wanted to go, and at the end of the journey they went, how much is it usually? And every time I would go, $5, and he'd go, no sweat, mate.
How much is usually? Now, you're going to think this is crazy. Usually they give me money. Usually they give me the guts of 50 quid.
It doesn't matter when all they're doing is laundering money for the rat.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes no difference what money I hand them.
Yeah.
They'll write down, yeah, he paid £45 for that, and then they'll just shift some of their dirty money through the taxi.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a fucking difference what I pay them.
Same, mate.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, that's fucking
There was
good.
mad taxi companies. I mean, did you see the phonocab video recently?
What's that now?
The phonocab driver was like smacking a guy in the face with a gun.
No.
And saying, that's the end of it. You pay what you owe.
He had a gun.
And I'm only letting you away with your knees because he's my mate. And the guy
He's a Belfast lad.
Yeah. Mad.
A gun in the fella's face.
Yeah.
And who was what brave cunt was videoing this?
It was like the dash cam.
Oh, right. I thought like this guy's a gun and just
the
someone's
worst,
just there.
the worst fake taxi ever. He's just whacking him in the face with a gun, and they're both like shitting themselves. And the guy in the back, who's like the taxi man's mate, is like, I'm shaking like a leaf here, mate. Can we get out?
Wait, no. Can we just reverse here?
I'll show you the video between public and Patreon.
Right, but the guy, there was a guy trying not to pay this lad.
No, I think he owed money to like paramilitaries.
Right.
Like the UVF or something.
Okay.
And the taxi man was basically like a taxi man / enforcer for the UVF.
Right. He's like, I'll bring you down to your friend Kevin's house, but at the end, it's not going to be nice. At the end, I have to do a little thing.
Yeah.
At the end, I have to do a little thing. So don't get too panicked.
Yeah, I have to do my own errand here.
So anyway, here you are. This is the location, and then just yeah.
How much is it usually?
Yeah. Fucking hell. So anyway, the wedding though, was there?
The wedding, great wedding.
Yeah.
Great.
Did you dance?
Yeah.
Did you dance?
I did, because there was a dance routine. Because at an old family wedding, Matthew had choreographed a dance to Waka Waka, you know, the Shakira song.
Do it for us.
Samina mina waka waka samina mina zangalewa, because this is Africa.
Was that racist from Shakira?
Did feel great, you know.
Can she be really saying waka waka?
Yeah.
Because she's I think Colombian, is she, or something?
Yeah.
But she's white essentially. Like she would have been part of like the European
White
colonizers,
passing.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Her coming around saying waka waka, but I think genuinely
she was hot enough at the time.
she was absolutely, like when she would fucking, you know, wriggle those hips, she could have been just like absolutely.
She could say any
belting
slur
the
she
N-word,
wanted.
and
Yeah.
everyone would be, also she's kind of like racially ambiguous enough to be like,
you'd be like, is she something?
because like the South Americans kind of like, they kind of played little violin as well, that like, we're kind of oppressed too.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the ones that are saying it are descendants of the Europeans that did
the
it.
Spaniards.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, lad? So he was doing a little choreographed dance of Waka Waka? Or
So I did that, learned it very, very quickly. So we did it because it was like a surprise for him that we did the dance from like that he choreographed years and years ago when he was like a kid.
But who did it? You and Izzy? No!
So close.
Oh, fuck!
So close to getting a full episode.
You and Jamali Maddox.
Jamali wasn't there, but it was
She
like
wasn't
me and all like the
She
cousins
doesn't
and
get on with
relatives.
Matthew.
Because I'm basically like attached. I'm like, they kept being like, right, just the family in for the photo, and then Ethan, Matthew's brother, were like, and Vittorio. I'm like in the and then I remember at one point Ethan was like, why do we know you?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, our mums are mates.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that makes sense. But I'm just like even Matthew was like, yeah, you're just like a cousin. But
Right.
not. Like basically that's like, I'm
Yeah.
so it was just me and like all the
Basically
cousins
saying
and them.
none of us would fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Could you no?
I don't know where that really came from.
Because cousin.
Because they would fuck their cousins?
No, because they wouldn't fuck their cousins.
Oh, I thought you were doing the thing you normally do.
It's slag you off.
No, to say that you wanted to fuck your cousins.
Have I said that?
Many times.
Have I said that on here?
Many times.
Oh, yeah, because I did. That got brought up to me at a wedding recently by cousins. They were like, why do you keep saying that? And I was like, I forget that anyone listens to anything. And I just like would run away and like jump into a cake.
Speaking of weddings, are you going to one after this, or what's the fucking crack with the shit?
Lad, I'll explain this on the Patreon because we're on an hour here, and I also have a great story to tell you about a cancelled flight I had and shit with my mother. I was just home in Kilkenny.
I've got more wedding stuff. Plug.
Yeah,
we are doing a live show.
Live podcast.
We are doing a live podcast at the Edinburgh Fringe, and let me just work out the dates. What date is it today?
Today is
that one comes out this week. This one comes out. Yes, the 5th of August.
Yeah.
At Monkey Barrel Comedy Club. We are doing a live Mike and Vittorio's Guide to Parenting with a secret special guest.
Yes.
And it's going to stay secret, but if it comes out, keep a fucking lid on it. Thank you very much.
There you go.
So tickets are available on the Monkey Barrel website.
We'll tell
Fringe
people on the
website.
Patreon.
Yeah, it'll be all that stuff. I don't think we will.
No. We won't tell anyone on the Patreon.
It's going to be I want it to be a surprise in the room for everybody who arrives.
Fuck yeah.
I want it to be cool. But it's a very exciting special guest. Come along, tell your friends to come along because it's quite a big room and I don't know how many people like us in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Edinburgh Fringe shows.
Edinburgh Fringe. I am going to be at 10:15 at the Beehive. I'm also at 4:05 every day doing a work in progress show. That'll be a slightly worse show but fun, and so come to that. Also, do I have any other shows? 22nd of fucking July. I hope this is out by then. Maybe it's not, but I'm in Angel Comedy. doing my
It's really, it won't be out by then. It's currently the 18th of July. There's no way this is out by then.
Oh, that's this Saturday. Yeah, well, if you missed it, you missed it. Sorry.
Somebody told us off for being bad at plugging shows.
I'm bad at it. But
we're doing the Paddy Power.
We're doing the Paddy Power Festival. We're going to be
Ivy Gardens in Dublin.
We're going to be on the same show.
Us and Fern Brady.
Us and Fern, between two Ferns Brady. And that's a 4:30 on the Saturday.
I guess.
That. So I guess come to that. See, we don't plug them because we get the same money regardless of whether you come or not.
If it's a flat fee, it's not getting plugged on the podcast.
Not really, because we want to come to our actual shows.
Yeah, we're at Scales.
Yeah, I guess is the real.
Come see me at the Fringe 6:25 every day. A good few of the shows are sold out already, so get moving fucking quickly and stop messaging me saying, "Oh, this is sold out. Could you sort me out?" No. There are 10 tickets
Stop
available.
bragging about being sold out.
There are 10 tickets, but it's people are messaging me being like, "Could you no?"
Right.
There are 10 tickets available on the door every day for walk-ups. So if you want to get there early in queue, you can, but book in advance. That would be my thing. There is a sense of urgency. Previews in Bedford, Northampton sold out, and Isle of Wight. I think this is not going to come out in time for the Isle of Wight one. But anyway, come see us at the Fringe and sign up to the Patreon. Patreon.com/parenting. See you there.
All right. Bye-bye.